Bright and early in the morning. Good morning. It's time for breakfast. And we're having flakes. And the fish don't like it very much. But they're going to get it anyway because I don't have unlimited funds where I can be buying frozen brine shrimp all the time. It gets expensive around here. You get a package for like $7.99, and of the package, I can use like a third of the package feeding my fish because the angelfish tanks need like the bottom tank I put 5 or 6 in. It's got about 30 full-grown angelfish. The top tank's got 2 angels. I'll put probably 1 or 2 cubes in. Don't forget, you're not just feeding the fish. If you got snails, they got to eat too, right? So food's got to be on the bottom. But when it adds up, too much on the bottom is problematic. And that's another video, is going to be gravel vac. How do you clean the gravel? Especially on the bottom tanks. Look here. This bottom tank, it's a beast to keep clean. It's a beast to do water changes. See on the back? But it's a lot better than it was. It was a lot worse. Right? But I don't like that on the back. It's detritus and stuff, and on the wood. How do you get rid of it? When you try and siphon it out, the siphon's not real strong. So it leaves a bunch. This one's even dirtier. Well, it's not terrible, but still. So let's feed them. How much do you feed them? To be honest with you, I still don't know. But I'll tell you what's best if you don't know. Give them a little bit. See what they do. Come on, little boys, little girls. I think they're all girls and they're half asleep. And they're not happy. So there's their food. I don't know what's up with them. I think I got all female angelfish because I try to lay eggs. I think I got a pair, but I don't think so. Anyway, that's how much food I give them, just a little bit. And they don't look very hungry, so I don't know what's going on with them. Maybe it's the weather because it got real cold last night. But the tanks are good and warm. This tank I feed a little bit more. They're eating fine. Bunch of angels. And if you want, you feed them again. A little bit, just a little bit. There's 2 tanks. There's a baby tank. There's 1 baby fish in there, little gold barb. And there's probably 20 cory cat babies. But you can't see them because they're too little. But there's lots of baby shrimps and everything. I'm not going to feed this tank. I'll feed this later. I feed baby brine shrimp to this tank. And powdered food. I guess I could feed the powdered food. So, powdered food. There's a couple types that I use. I use this. Oh gosh, you couldn't see nothing, can you? How's that? That works pretty well. That's on Amazon. Just put a little in. Well, you don't have to put a little in. I got all kinds of shrimp and snails in here, so put a lot in. It doesn't matter. A little powder. Put it in there. If anything wants to eat it, they can eat it. And I also feed frozen, not frozen, but fresh baby brine that I raise. That's it. Just a little water. Just a little powder. You can't even see, but I basically covered the top of the water with a thin coating of the powdered food, and it just gets broke up by the filtration, by the current. You can see the current. This tank here, catfish. I feed the flakes. Look, I got my egg tumbler still sitting there. Isn't it horrible? I don't know why. I didn't do anything yesterday. I just sat around. Watch fish videos. So now, here's a common problem. These things always break. Look, it always breaks off. Can you fix it? Yeah. Save the pieces. You can put a little silicone on it. Let it set and dry. That little girl there is ready to eat, isn't she? All right, honey. Here you go. Here's your breakfast. Now, this one I'll feed a little heavy because it's got to fall to the bottom. because the cory cats are not going to swim and jump up and get the food. They're going to wait for it to settle on the bottom, and then they're just going to start going after it. They especially like algae flakes, but they can smell it already. See them starting to get active? They smell the food. Next one, 125. I fed them a little bit already, some of them freeze-dried tubiflex worms, and they've just devoured it entirely already. So I'm just going to put a little more flake. Hopefully the red-tailed sharks will get some. I don't put too much in, just a little bit. And don't let your food get over here in the crevices, because it'll just dry, and yeah, that'll be bad. And just leave them be. Then we got 2 more tanks. This one just has a little pair of angels, and again, well, I don't know if there's male and female. We got a big problem in here. Aquarium Co-op duckweed. I'm just gonna put a little in. There's only 2 fish and a bunch of snails. That's that. Flake food. There's Mrs. Jimmet. She's playing her bingo. She's gonna win. Then here's the shrimp tank. Same thing. There's 1 beta in here. It's cloudy. There's 1 little sponge filter barely running, but they really don't need a lot of filtration. Just put a little flake in the corner. That's it. Oh, we're just about out of food too. Here you go. Now, go into the next room. 1 last tank, 20 long. And it's got, I don't know, 5 or 6 fish in it. Try and get situated a little bit. Oh, that's terrible, isn't it? That's alright, we can sit over here. Now, I'm out of food. What do I feed them? Anything. I got some bug bites here. I'll toss it in there. There's mainly in this tank is shrimp. There's a couple of them green fire neons, I guess they call them. There's a ton of baby fish when I put the food in. There's shrimp, baby shrimp, I mean, and snails. And they're all living in that horn water. And as I said before, there's no better. And this tank I need to clean it out. But the problem is, there's baby shrimp in that hair algae and baby snails. And I don't know if there's any baby fish, but this would be a great habitat to grow them in. That's that. Don't feed too much. Those plants are ridiculous, those crypts. I don't think crypts need sunlight because they're not getting hardly any, yet they're exploding in growth. Isn't that crazy? That's a good tank. I don't think I've ever changed the water in this tank, to be honest with you. There's that little beta. Let's see if I can move the light so you can see him better. There's the little guy. He was real aggressive. He worked out best in this little tank here. That little neon. There's 1 cardinal tetra. You ever notice fish tanks, they all have like 1 cardinal tetra, 1 neon? I'll tell you why. Because the rest are dead. Who buys 1 cardinal tetra, 1 neon? No one. But they buy them. And they're always diseased. I don't know why, but when you go to the pet store and buy your fish, at least around here, most of them got parasites, and it's awful. Well, there you go. There's my morning feeding for the most part. I'll feed the angels the brine shrimp later. We got some brine shrimp growing. Oh, it's a mess from Christmas still. And there's no lights on, but there's my 2 brine shrimp. When you feed the baby brines like that, that water is full of ammonia. So make sure you rinse them, because if you keep feeding them, you'll... Do you all remember how cloudy that big tank was on top? The 40-gallon breeder. And now it's pretty clear. It's not where I want it to be, but it's pretty clear. See there on the bottom? That's how they do. If it's floating in the water, they're not going to get it. But there you go. All different sizes. Babies with the adults, they're nearly as big as the adults. They're doing well. But I digress. What was I talking about? I don't even know. But anyway, they've all been fed, and that's how I do it. And later on, I'll feed a little bit more, maybe another pitch. Remember, I'm retired. I can do a little bit. In the wild, when do they eat? After it rains, probably, and wash all that stuff. And in the interim, they probably just graze, but don't get a lot of food. But after a rain, it really floods it with food. It floods it with cold water, and that's why they cause them to breed. You want them to breed, you can do a water change. You can increase the flow of the water out of your filter, or you can put a small power head or air bubbles. That creates a current as well. Anything that creates a current, they like that. They like to breed in the current. So there's the fish. There's the fish feeding. Now let's go back, see how much food's left over. Because we just did it, right? Here. There's the 125. Not much food. They don't like the red food. But they'll pick on it all day. I fed a lot more than that. Plus, I already had, I don't even know how many tablets of Tubiflex worms I put in there, but they ate every bit of it. Where's that guy? It's hard to find his. I don't know how some people can film one particular fish because I have a hard time. I can't keep up with them. Look how fast they are. Isn't that pretty? Look at that green boy. The boy's got the red nose, right? And the Harleys, Harlequin raspors, black neons, all doing well. There's a red-tailed shark. Oh, was. Geophagus under there hiding. Oh, there's a big boy. They're hard to film. I'll tell you, he's got some really excellent red-tailed shark that too. Footage, Channel Aquatics. He's got some really good videos. He needs to put out more videos. There's the smaller red-tailed shark filling out. Look at the fins. Look at the fins though. They're not clamped. They're wide open. When you buy a fish, that's what you want to see. And look at the belly. You don't want a skinny belly. You want a little meat to him. He's doing good. Let's see what we can do. I don't clean the algae off the back or the sides of the tank generally. See the flake? The red-tailed shark's not interested. He don't care. Something will eat it, maybe. If not, we got snails. Oh, it's gone. I don't know who grabbed it, but somebody did. And the breeding mops in the back corner. Breakfast. See, he knows there's eggs in there. I'm gonna leave that set a few more days. I've had it in there 5 or 6 days. Oh, and it's snowing. How about it? Well, that was unexpected. But anyway, there you have it. Breakfast time at Jimmett's. Here's a fun fact. Where's the name Jimmet come from? My dear wife, she got tired of saying David Jim all the time and shortened it to Jimmet. So now you have it. Now you know the truth. All right, fish feeding. I gotta make a little video about filters too. I think I'll do that in a day or two. We'll discuss different types of filter choices and what might be appropriate for you or not appropriate for you. All my filters got a sponge on them to filter so the fry don't get in it, but the eggs tend to find their way into the sump of this tank anyway, which is fine. Please like, please subscribe, please come back and watch my video. Watch all my video. Put it on while you're changing your fish water, which I don't do very often. He didn't like that. There you go. Have a good one, folks. Thanks for watching.